McShay Show, presented by FanDuel. And college football Saturdays are already delivering. Every game means something right now. Rankings shift, upsets hit, and the best place to stay on top of it all? FanDuel. Whether you're riding a noon kickoff or betting the late games, FanDuel lets you bet it your way. Same game parlays, live betting, player props, alt lines, whatever your angle is, it lives in the app. So if you're watching the action, bet on it with FanDuel. So download the app or head to FanDuel.com/McShay and make every Saturday count. The Ringer is committed to responsible gaming. Please visit rg-help.com to learn more about the resources and helplines available, and listen to the end of the episode for additional details. Must be 21 and older and present in select states, or 18 and older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. You know, Mensch, preparing for games, right? You fly in on Thursday night. You meet with both coaching staffs. Usually you go to a hotel to meet with the visiting staff, and then you go over, or vice versa, go over to the home team and their facilities, and you talk to the head coaches, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, some players, right? And there would be nothing worse than spending an entire day on Friday before the game on Saturday than sitting in these meetings and hear coaches talk about special teams, turnovers, penalties. It's like, yeah, no shit, right? Like, we know, you know what I mean? Like, speak. All the coach speak. Like we know, but like it's not helping us with our broadcast. Like, right. They tell me like cover two beaters or like a player who could emerge or what, you know. But you watch these games, and it's like it just kept coming to mind tonight, right? We've got Texas A&M, Notre Dame. And A&M's got like Marcel Reed's dealing, and they've got this explosive offense going. They've got 34 points here. We have 7:55 remaining. We just got done with Florida LSU, and we're waiting to break in. Let me let everyone know. I mean, we're just behind the curtain, right? Here we go. I'm pressing post. We're live. So now everyone knows in the X universe that we're live. But watching LSU, Florida finish up. You ready for this match? First downs, Florida 22, LSU 10. Total offense, wow. Florida 366, LSU 316. Turnovers, Florida 5, all from DJ Lagway, LSU 1.
Right.
And then you watch this Notre Dame Texas A&M game. And everything's, I don't have the box score, I'll pull it up, but everything's been kind of equal. You look at A&M and it feels like a little bit more explosive, but Notre Dame's been great too. But special teams, man.
Yeah.
And I should say Florida LSU, not just the turnovers. I don't have it pulled up yet, but like the penalties and the timely penalties, the holding on the 87-yard touchdown pass when Baugh got open behind the coverage. They should be up 7 points at that. I think it was 10-10 at that point. Backbreaker, right? And then the interception from Lagway and the bad mistake leads to a field goal. And then the interception later in the third quarter. And then a pick six. Every time they were driving down the field or had an explosive play, it felt like Florida had a holding penalty or a Lagway interception. And we'll get to a lot more in that game in a minute. And then you look at, like I said, Notre Dame, blocked punt, return for a touchdown to start things off, pinning them deep because of the punting team. You know, field goals, like it feels like special teams, penalties, turnovers in these two games have never been more prevalent. And while it doesn't make for good TV, it's the reality of being a coach. You've gone through enough wars where you realize that's the case. Welcome in. Thanks for being with us. Let's pull up this live feed so I'm in tune with what's going on tonight, because I have not done a great job as the season has started. But we appreciate everyone who's here, and we're gonna have fun tonight. We got a lot going on, right? We got to break down all the games. My goodness, were there some good games today. And then and as we go through that, we're going to, as we watch the end of this live game, when we're done, we'll wrap up Texas A&M Notre Dame, obviously 34-34, 5:54 remaining. This was the goal. Catch a primetime game, 5-6 minutes left. We've got just under 6 minutes. Close game. 2 ranked teams. Notre Dame's 8. They're 0-1. Can't afford to go to 0-2.
Yes, they can.
Maybe they can. But do you want to risk it? But,
no, you don't.
And can barely. We've got a bunch of people. We got almost 150 people in here already on the chat. Go. And we're just kicking things off. So I love it. So thank you if you're here. We see, our boy Brian Haas. I'm sure he's already on Arch Manning.
Everyone's getting fired.
Brian Haas is already on Arch Manning's ass.
Fire them all.
Witten Delect, Carson Beck fan. Noel Murphy, good question. Did Muench curse Clemson by saying nice things? We'll get to you, Murph. I think you're right.
I might have.
Zach B thinks I'm blitzed right now. Come on, Zach B.
People are unbelievable.
I'm blitzed on life. This has been an awesome day. Yeo, how about them Canes? Timothy Legion, Ligon. Go Dogs. And this is a good question from Doc Holliday. LSU's defense legit or Lagway bad? Lagway was bad. But this
a little bit of both, though.
This defense for Blake Baker is legit. We're gonna get to all this stuff, and we appreciate everyone who's here. And we'll interact all night long, okay? But I do want to talk about this A&M Notre Dame game, because that's why we're here live. We'll reset. We'll cover the whole day, right? But 34-34. It's been good. I don't know about you from where you sit, Muench. It's been good to see the
Oh, hold on. Where are you in the game right now?
Ball's about to be snapped. It looks like direct snap to Jeremiah Love.
Was that the fourth down play, or is it
was fourth down play? Yep.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
So I won't tell you whether they got it or not. So you're a little bit behind me on the coverage. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I feel like that happens with the NBC games. Yep.
By the way, I want to get to this real quickly. Have you seen it yet? The play?
No.
Wow, you're way behind. This is a problem.
I know. This is not
Press
good.
fast forward. Maybe you rewound it earlier. Yeah, we're down to 3 minutes left. Jeremiah, what are you pulling for Notre Dame tonight?
Yeah, I said they were going to cover.
Oh, all right.
I don't really care about. I mean, I think Texas A&M is a hell of a football team.
But I'm going to break it for you. Jeremiah Love off tackle left touchdown. Right after direct snap converted. Okay.
I need it after all the crap I took for last week.
So, I mean, I forget. I'm just watching games here, man. My point is on this, like, we saw, like, Jeremiah Love was not not the part of the Miami game that we would expect him to be coming in. Heisman candidate, all the hype, talking about him as RB1 in the 2026 draft class, best back in the country tonight. And especially in these last 2 plays, fourth down, direct snap to Love, first down. Next play, off tackle left to Jeremiah Love, touchdown. Breaks a couple tackles and gets that acceleration in. Oh, now they botched the extra point.
Shut up.
The holder is nope. So they're only up 6. The spread's what, 6.5? That's what you get, Muench, for polling for games while we're trying to be non-biased observers and analysts. You're learning on the fly here, Muench.
Do you know how much shit
What are you, Musburger? We're covering a game and you're rooting for someone for the spread? Get out of here.
how much crap I got the Ringer, the official Ringer social media mentioned me as ruining your parlay last week, which is just
Well, I mean, it didn't
who
take.
who ruined your parlay this week, Todd?
I did. Clemson did.
Oh yeah, it's never you, huh? It's never
Clemson
Todd.
did.
Never
That
McShay.
That field goal kicker.
How do you miss that extra point?
They didn't miss it. They botched the snap.
Whatever. How do you not get that extra point?
All right. So my point on this was Jeremiah Love, who we talked about coming off that first game, just like what happened. Jeremiah Love, who's a star, 10 carries for 33 yards he had, believe it was in that first game, right? Not a big part of the offense. They lose 27-24 at Miami. Now we come back into tonight, and Jeremiah Love is touching the ball. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. A&M, I just talked about special teams. Notre Dame, big advantage in special teams all night long. Huge advantage. There's a flag, though.
Yes.
Notre Dame botches the extra point, and then Texas A&M just returned it for a touchdown, and they have a flag on the field, and Elko's shaking his head.
No.
It looks like it's coming back. Hold on. Holding. Yep.
I want to see it. Was it bad?
Well, they haven't shown the actual.
I know. I want to see it.
Well, you'll see it at some point.
So Love right now has 27 touches. They fixed that.
Poor Melon Orstrom, number 17 for A&M, or they're saying it was his block. Oh, he tackled a guy. Kind of looks like they got tripped up, but he tackled the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right.
That seems like a fair call.
So now it's 2:41 remaining. Texas A&M's get the ball. I was trying to make a point on Jeremiah Love, and then things got crazy. Love has 23 carries for 94 yards, averaging over 4 yards a pop, and a touchdown. Also, 4 catches for 50 yards and another touchdown. So he's got like 144 yards total offense tonight. Okay?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. That's what we expected to see from Jeremiah Love this season, okay? So that part's a positive. Now you're A&M. You got the ball back. Just a brutal call. I mean, I just talked about special teams, the advantage that Notre Dame had all night long. They botched that extra point. Then they get a kick return for a touchdown. But now they're rolling. It was a slant pass over the middle. They're in field goal range, but he, as the announcer just said, but like, come on. What's this? Noah Eagle? What Eagle? Like field goal range. It's 2:40. It's like 2.5 minutes left in the game. You're down 6. Mario Craver and Concepcion have been awesome.
Oh my Lord.
Absolutely awesome in this game. You know that only 4 players on A&M. They have 34 points in this game, Mensch. 4 players on A&M have catches. Craver's got 7 for 208. Mario Craver. 7 for 208. We're going to spotlight a guy who's the player of the day for a losing team. Didn't have that production. We might have to change that. Casey Concepcion's got 4 for 82. They're both averaging over 20 yards per catch tonight. 2 other players, Terry Bussey and Ruben Owens, have receptions for A&M. Only 2 other guys, and they have a combined 3 catches for 51 yards. These 2 cats, Craver and Concepcion, have 290 receiving yards together.
Is it crazy that I actually think Concepcion's more dangerous? The Craver's been awesome.
But well, Concepcion's just a bigger.
He just seems like every time the ball goes his way.
I thought he was bigger. Just watching him. I mean, they're undersized, 5'11" and 5'9". Concepcion and Craver, respectively.
Craver had that 86-yard touchdown early.
No, that was Craver did.
Yeah, Craver did. Yep.
So, but man, this has been fun to watch. This has been what an awesome. I didn't expect this kind of offensive fireworks from either team. Like A&M, I think can get hot and can kind of be streaky, but defensively, Notre Dame, I expected more out of.
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame didn't look like a team that could put up 40 points, and granted, 7 of them from special teams and on directly from special teams on the punt block for a touchdown. But this has been a wild game, absolutely wild game.
Yeah, Love and Price have 35 combined carries. That's their recipe for success, man. You got to lean on those. You have the best backfield in the country, maybe.
No, I don't think maybe anymore, honestly.
Penn State's
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
We'll see. We'll see against good company. Did you see, by the way, that backdoor cover by Villanova today?
No.
I didn't play that. Like I don't. But I was just reading on. I clearly was not watching Penn State up 52-0.
Wait, what was the spread?
48 and a half, something like that. 3 seconds left. And not only did Villanova score a touchdown with 3 seconds left, the play itself was like quarterback scrambling out of his mind, rolling to his right as if the game was on the line, threw back against his body, against the grain, middle of the field, finds an open receiver in the back of the end zone, touchdown, cover.
Love it.
Van Pelton and our boy Stanford Steve are going to have that. I mean, that's going to lead the.
That is my favorite piece of television, by the way.
Bad beats. Yeah.
It's the best.
It's
just
best.
the best.
A&M is 0-13 versus ranked opponents on the road since 2015.
Wow.
It was since it would go back to 2014, they beat Auburn on the road. So here we are, Marcel Reed in shotgun on the 32-yard line, driving in of Notre Dame, driving in. It feels like every play is just a scramble drill at this point. And that Mellon Orston guy just had his first catch. He's the one who had the holding. He's trying to make up for it. Had the holding on the kick return. Theo, Mellon Orstrom. He's a tight end.
They scored. That might
Here's
actually
Mellon
work in their
Orstrom
favor.
again. A guy who didn't have a catch, really wasn't a big part of this game come up to the last 3 minutes. Holding penalty and now 2 catches in a row and just pulled himself out of the game because he's got an injury. All right, so we got 2nd and 8, 1:11 remaining.
Who I don't have the sound up. Who's wearing this yellow jersey that they keep going to? This yellow penny.
Incomplete pass. I don't know. I saw that too.
Strange.
CJ Carr's looked pretty good tonight.
He has.
Growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a little bit more in control.
Ooh. All right.
Spread the ball.
I think I might have cut up. You're 3rd and 8 right now, right?
Yep. 3rd and 8. They're at the line of scrimmage. Minute 1:07 remaining. You got these edge rushers for Notre Dame. Keep an eye on them.
They were teeing off. You see that? They've timed up the snap.
Oh, here goes Marcel with his legs. First down. Inside the 15. Down at the 14. 1 minute exactly remaining. 4th quarter. A&M's 2-0. Notre Dame's 0-1.
Oh, he got out.
By the way, I worked with Blackledge for a few years, so I wouldn't say I'm biased. I love the guy, but I've worked with almost all of these guys, or friends with them, or have some association. I don't know that there's like, I don't want to get like, he's up there with the best of the best. If you really like football and you understand the game, and you listen to a game that Todd Blackledge calls, we're gonna get him on the show. I was with him at the Manning Passing Academy. He wants to come on. He's such a great hang, such a good dude, but like his timing and understanding of the game and the way he relays it, like real time, he's just phenomenal.
How do you miss that extra point?
Yeah, they're replaying it now. All right, so here you are, right? What is it? Third down? Is that right? No, 2nd and 6. All right, 2nd and 6. Ball's on the 10. You can get a first down. You got a quarterback in Marcel Reed, right? Who is so explosive with his feet. But now you're in a confined area. You want to utilize his feet. I almost wonder if you try to sneak one in and hand the ball off here on 2nd down. I don't think they will. You've got these two receivers that have been terrors all night. Oh no, they fumbled the snap. Whistle blew. Something happened. False start on A&M. So it's now going to be 2nd and 13. But my point was, you've got these two receivers who have been dynamic and explosive and big plays all night, but they're not big target guys.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And your tight end 17, Theo, pulled himself out of the game a few plays earlier.
By the way, Duke's down to Tulane by 10 late.
Now who is?
Duke is losing to Tulane by 10 late.
You're really caught up in these FanDuel picks. I like it, Muench.
I feel a little scorned after last week. Is that another one? Is that back to back?
Back to back. Oh, they're saying that Notre Dame's clapping pre-snap. I didn't see any defensive lineman for Notre Dame clap, to be honest with you.
Oh, they used to
All right,
piss
so
me off,
it's
man.
2nd and 16.
Where's the clap?
Who is that with the yellow on? Is that Carr?
No.
Oh, it's a kicker. Is it the kicker?
Why is he wearing yellow?
No, I don't know. They just threw it away. Now 3rd and 16 from like the 20. This is a problem. They're going to need. Now Reed just went over to looked like his quarterback coach. And he saw something. That was interesting. You don't see a quarterback go over to a coach on the sideline. It's the holder. Okay, Vin. Thank you, Vin. Someone's saying it's Buckner, but it's the holder.
Phil Buckner.
I love our chat. I love our folks.
That's the best.
They get us. Guy in the penny's the holder. All right, people. Sometimes I notice with the people on our live chat, our fine folks and supporters, they don't even know what we're talking about for lengths of time. They get in their own argument.
Is that pass interference?
Let's see. Oh, it's Tyler Buechner. So I thought they were called. Wow.
Are they saying that it's offensive?
It's on.
No.
It's on Gray, the cornerback. Yeah,
where's the ball at the 5?
He held the receiver. It's pass interference. Absolutely.
Is it? Oh, it's not. It's holding though. Is that a 5-yard penalty?
Sorry. Yeah, but it's first down.
I know, but still, there's a difference of.
Yes, absolutely. A difference of half the distance to the goal line and
yeah, right.
5 yards. I understand. But it was holding. It wasn't interference because the ball wasn't thrown to who he was covering. But he clearly impeded the receiver from breaking back outside. All right, Marcel Reed carrying the ball, nowhere to go. Oh. A&M's got 2 timeouts left, 32-31. All right, 31, they call a timeout.
What are you waiting for, Elko? Oh, Reed, just get out of bounds, man.
I don't love that play call.
Oh, he called it right away. Don't either.
I agree.
I don't either.
Josh Goldberg. I agree with you, man.
Get vertical if you're going to run it. Don't.
But I just, there's got to be a run pass option at all times if you're going to utilize his speed at this point. Evan Hawley's from the South. I love it. It just means more, y'all. Yeah, running to the boundary. Like Raj, I'm with you. Brandon Self, I'm with you. QB power into the boundary. All right, 34 seconds remaining. Second and goal. A&M's got one timeout remaining. That's important to note. Down 6, and this poor Buchner guy, my gosh, is NBC wearing him out. Oh,
Let's show him again. Oh, man.
oh, I didn't like the way he delivered that. Oh, should have been picked. I didn't like. You heard me. The second he delivered that ball, it was kind of fading away. No conviction in it. I don't know. Like he's so athletic.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, no. You're right. I'm a little bit behind you. You're exactly right. The delivery.
If and then they show behind. They show. Watch the replay from behind the end zone copy. Look how much room he had to run to his left side. Why is he trying to hang in the pocket? All right.
They had a defender looping around and like kind of have contained there, and he would have beat that guy outside in a second.
Third and goal. He's under pressure again. Incomplete. Here we go. Oh! Fourth and goal.
I might have to mute you. Oh,
Fourth and goal. Terrible like sequence of events for A&M. I hate the first down call. I'm with all the guys on our chat. The power into the boundary. Second and third down, both times, it's kind of like Marcel Reed's almost like wants to be in trouble throwing the ball. The second down play, he should have taken off running to the left. He had plenty of room, maybe to score. Marcus Freeman calls a timeout. Smart. That's just smart coaching, right? Let's see what they line up in, get an idea of the formation, personnel on the field. Let's call a timeout, reassess. Oh, this is fun. Oh, by the way, we still have to talk about Clemson going down. We got to talk about Georgia, Tennessee. We got to talk about Florida, LSU. We'll reset and get to all of it. Arch is struggling. I see you.
I don't want to talk about that.
I don't either. And I'm going to watch the tape. I've already started a film session on it, and it'll be in the newsletter this week. Google it. Mike Signetti. Google it, the McShay report. I'm going to have to be honest about what's going on and why the struggles continue. But there's a lot to get to today, man. We had some big time performances from some wide receivers today. There are some teams that I think are a little underrated right now, Muench.
Oh, we're figuring it out now. It's starting to get sorted out.
Starting to see a clearer picture.
Can we stop showing this kid, please?
Honestly.
Enough.
NBC owes his whole family an apology.
And they're showing the kid with the holding call. I mean, it's just back and forth. Ping pong of shame.
I mean, the whole 17 deserves to be shown.
You're ruthless.
And we're paying him. All right, fourth down. I don't even like. God, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was another throw with no conviction. Nate Borkirker, the other tight end.
No way.
Those two tight ends, I don't think either of them had a catch coming into this drive.
You're going to lose on the extra point.
Maybe they should have been showing the. Yeah, I'm telling you. Coming into this drive, the tight ends did not have a single catch. And I talked about, I opened the show, special teams and penalties. And A&M almost gave it away with the penalty. And let's see. Now A&M for the lead with 13 seconds remaining. Notre Dame to go 0-2 on the season. Oh, he snuck it in. Devastating. Borkature. He's a blocking tight end. He's just your Y who comes in to block. He releases out. Oh, here's a messed up thing, man. Go watch the replay. He pumps it and then throws it kind of like half-assed. Oh my gosh. When he kind of bobbled it too at the end, but he secured it.
I'm at a loss.
Why? You weren't winning. Like if you were, oh my gosh, there was a holding on the defensive tackle. Oh my gosh. 41 got held so bad on that touchdown. Chase Fasantes.
Oh my God.
Did you see it?
Oh my God. Get tackled.
Wow. This is why we break into the primetime games. This is it.
Oh, man. What do you do here? You just go right to the pitch, right? You just go.
Got 11 seconds left? No. You got 2 timeouts. I'm throwing a quick out. I don't need an out. I'm getting a quick hit for 15.
Yeah, you could still use the middle of the field.
Then I'm getting another quick hit for another 10, and I'm throwing a reasonable Hail Mary.
Yeah, you're right. 2 timeouts. I'm losing my mind. That's exactly what you do.
You can only, yeah.
You use the whole field. You're good.
I mean, I'm throwing it to like my number 2 receiver on the bottom. What are we doing? Get rid of a car. Should have been picked. 4 seconds left. That's what you couldn't do. Pick up 20 there. Pick up 20 there.
Oh, you can't hold on to it like that. Come on.
I mean, the game was lost before the stripe, but you got one wide open. Pick up 20. He threw it into triple cut. Like, what are we doing? Again, I'm not.
What a game.
I mean, you literally could have picked up 25 there.
That's pass interference, right?
But now they're doing the pitch drill. Like, what are we doing? Wow. A&M. 16 in the country coming in. At Notre Dame. Whew. My pen out.
Wow. I'm stunned.
All right. We got a show to do now, Mensch. You ready?
I guess. Let's go.
Tucker, how many days left till the NFL draft? He's looking that up. I do want to. 221 days left till the NFL draft. Mensch, you good?
I'm good.
Bet your ass you are. Let's roll it, Tuck. Where do we begin? I mean, let's just get right. Let's knock it out. A&M, Notre Dame. We kind of covered a lot of it, but I just want to just circle back now that we have it, and welcome in everyone, and thank you for being here. We've already got like 300 plus in the chat. We've got all sorts of comments. Meant you good, bro, from Stay Focused 1102. Please roast Arch. Brian Haas, you need to get like something going for yourself. You need to get some zen, some happiness in your life. It's hard because you're here every Saturday night, so I love you on one hand. On the other hand, my goodness, you feed off of negativity. You're not different from a lot of people I grew up with, a lot of my friends. So, all right. Here's what I want to talk about. Huge day in college football. Muench, you look stunned.
Stunned. Trying to figure out where this all went wrong.
I wouldn't worry about like the fact that you had some pick in FanDuel. I'm talking about like the
actual
game. Go ahead.
I'm not. I just think I honestly think big picture before we go macro or micro, whatever. These both are playoff teams in my mind. This is 0-2 Notre Dame. They've lost to a damn good Miami team and a damn good Texas A&M team. And I actually think that they should have won that game tonight. And the turning point was that interception that Carr threw, where he tried to float it to his back instead of just running, and that just turned the tides in this game. I'm stunned. Now you got an 0-2 Notre Dame team that can't slip up or they're not going to get in.
Well, they've got Purdue at Arkansas, Boise State, NC State, USC, all at home. Then BC, Navy at Pitt, which lost to West Virginia today. Syracuse and Stanford. Like, they are going to be pretty decent to sizable favorites in every game moving forward. Okay? Yep. So, yeah, it's not over. A 2-loss Notre Dame team. Ty will go to the runner, and they'll get in. Very likely, because there's going to be a lot of carnage in college football today. I mean, college football this season, and I started to see like there's a lot of like bumps in the road in college. Like there's a lot of teams that are flawed, like every year, but there's not a massive gap between anyone and the other.
Nope.
Truly, Ohio State was. Listen, it was a absolute throwaway, throw your helmets on the field game, and I get it. But Ohio's giving them trouble. After like 70-0 the week before, and obviously a huge win in week 1 against Texas. But Texas doesn't look great. Clemson doesn't look at anywhere near what Clemson should be. Clemson's got a similar predicament, and we'll get to them in a little bit, where they've got to run the table. And that might not be good enough unless they win the ACC. There's a lot to go through here.
Texas A&M better than I thought, man. I thought they were good. They're even better than I thought. This is a wild stat line for Marcel Reed, by the way. 17 for 37. 360 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Say it again.
17 for 37.
Sheesh.
360 yards.
Concepcion and Craver.
Yeah, that's the thing about this team, man. You can bottle them up as much as you want.
No, they're all or nothing.
They are deadly. They will strike. And Le'Veon Moss is a damn good back too, man. Yeah. 20 for 81 tonight. He's just a grinder. Will Lee's a damn good corner. They've got a pretty good defensive front. This Texas A&M team's for real. That offensive line's pretty good.
I honestly, if I'm a Notre Dame fan, I come away hugely encouraged by my offense tonight. Hugely.
Yes.
Because it's not an elite, it's not a great A&M defense, but it's a good competitive defense that's going to keep them in some games. It's going to do some good things. But yeah, I do want to finish this show. We're going to get to a spotlight player, and I got some personnel notes that I want to get to, okay? That'll be towards the end of the show. At the very end of the show, Tucker pulled up the AP top 12. We're always going to focus on the top 12. 12 get into the playoff. I want to kind of re-rack it. instant reaction, kind of overreaction to where teams should be ranked and have some fun with that. But for now, let's stick with this, right? The thing with A&M is I'm curious. I'm trying to stay on our feed. I'm terrible with this thing. No one should have let me on this. Here we go. All right. I mean, A&M's in the SEC and things don't get easy. They get Auburn next. Not a joke.
Nope.
Mississippi State, winnable. Florida, who knows where you're going to get. Arkansas is a tough team at Arkansas. Then you got at LSU, at Missouri. Missouri's better than we thought.
Yeah, they are.
Then you get South Carolina. Lenore Sellers got knocked out of that game tonight. Well, there's not a ton to get to. South Carolina gets knocked off by Vanderbilt. And then at Texas to finish the season. So that's a brutal schedule. But right now, you're looking pretty good sitting at 3-0 Aggie fans. Yeah. Moving on, the other game that was in that window. We came on at the very end of it. LSU, Florida. How about Whit Weeks getting knocked out for targeting in that game? Florida's up 3-0 in driving. I already told you what Florida did in terms of outperforming. And I'll circle back because a lot of people are joining now. Florida had, in this game, 22 first downs compared to 10 for LSU. 23 first downs compared to 10. 366 total yards compared to 316 for LSU. 67 more passing yards. But penalties, actually, you know what? Their penalties were just so brutal. They had
the timing,
almost identical penalties, but every penalty, and they almost all 7 of them felt like were holds. The one brought back the touchdown that should have been an 83-yard touchdown, or 87-yard touchdown to Baugh, the running back.
Wide open.
Got open behind coverage. It was a breakdown touchdown. Called back. Holding penalty after holding penalty, and the 5 interceptions. 5. Florida possessed the ball 37 minutes and 46 seconds compared to 22-14 for LSU. And LSU went on to win that game 20-10.
That penalty that brought back the 87-yard touchdown pass would have put up, if they had scored that and gotten the extra point, Florida would have been up 10-0 in the first quarter, late first quarter.
Yes. And then up 3-0 in driving. Lagway, bad decision, poorly placed ball, right sideline, interception. Then right after that penalty we just talked about, 87-yard touchdown pass, changed the whole complexion of the game. Florida also had 2 touchdowns called back for penalties last week against South Florida in that loss.
Yeah.
And one time it's like a fluky, like now it's becoming this trend. They can't get out of their own way. Such a physical game. Florida did a lot of good things.
Got
Florida's
chippy before it. I like that it got chippy.
Every time, it felt like 2 out of every 5 plays at the end, there was some kind of scuffle. And I loved it. Blake Baker is proving to be one of the most important coordinators in college football. If you're an LSU fan, you've got to be absolutely thrilled. Yeah, you gave up 366 total yards, but they were on the field the entire game, in part because your defense had the pick 6 and short fields. And, 5 interceptions, and he baited Lagway into 2 of them. Purely
absolutely.
Baited.
Absolutely.
Like that one.
Spears played robber.
Deshaun Spears, 58-yard touchdown return. Brilliant disguise on that. Lagway doesn't see it. That at the moment was his 3rd interception of the game, just 8 minutes in the 3rd quarter. That put him up 20-10. That was the final score. It didn't change after that.
Really interesting to me is how Baker's using his safeties. He had 3 safeties had a pick tonight. 3 safeties. Spears had 2. AJ Halsey, the grad transfer from Houston, I believe, had 1. and Tamarcus Cooley had another one. The way he's using his safeties and rotating and hiding coverages, and then you add in Harold Perkins, and he's in his bag right now. Blake Baker's in his bag about what he's doing, and to do it without your best linebacker on the field. I thought it was an impressive performance for him. I know DJ Lagway didn't play well. I know that Florida team looks like it's spiraling a little bit. I know it's at Baton Rouge at night, but he was causing havoc.
Is that a hybrid of havoc and
Yeah,
chaos?
I don't know what it is.
No, it's a wild night, Mitch.
A lot of football today. A lot of football.
It's a wild night. Let's talk. I do want to talk about my guy Nussmeier. Underwhelming performance.
What do you think about that pick?
Not pretty.
Did you think at any point, like, maybe here we go again with from Texas A&M last year?
No, I wasn't.
Neither did I. Neither did I.
I really didn't. And
you could have, but I didn't.
I felt like he settled down, became more efficient. But it almost honestly, it felt like watching a pitcher who knows he doesn't have his best stuff that night. And Florida was doing some good things defensively. They were playing their asses off. And it just, they were doing things to LSU that was limiting what they could do. And it at one point, I think it was after the interception, it was almost like, our defense has got this thing.
Right.
Let's just keep it down the middle of the fairway. Let's be smart. We don't need, you know what I mean? Let's let the other player go shank a ball or, miss a putt or whatever it is. Yeah, they did enough. But let's put it this way. If I'm an LSU fan, I'm walking away from, we're now 3-0. The biggest question mark, the two biggest question marks coming into the year. Can this LSU defense actually be a championship level defense? And the answer is flat out yes.
Agree.
They've got dudes on all three levels. They play with an effort level that is championship quality. They've got pass rushers. They've got versatility. They've got guys that make them multiple. You talked about the three safeties. You got Harold Perkins playing the star. They've got corners who can cover. And corners either become a liability for a defensive coordinator or like a limitation, I should say. Corners are quite simply this. They become a limitation for the defensive coordinator and what he can do schematically and gameplay calling. Or they become the freedom finders.
Right.
And starting with Mansour Delane, who's been brilliant. But these corners for LSU are freedom fighters, freedom finders, whatever you want to call them. They have created freedom for Blake Baker to dial up what he wants, get creative, and do some of the things that he did today to disguise and to make Lagway uncomfortable. And the result was 5 interceptions and an absolutely dominating performance on defense. Now, offensively, we watched that offensive line in the first game against Clemson, and we're like, whew, maybe they're better than they were. But like LSU kind of wasn't awesome against, was it Louisiana last week?
Right.
I didn't study that tape, but then it kind of carried over into this. So now the questions kind of go back to, and I don't think it's the offensive line, but I think, and it'll be interesting to go back and like really watch the tape. But is this LSU offense as good as we thought?
It's interesting that I like Aaron Anderson, the slot receiver. We liked him all along. This Bauer Sharp kid for the tight end that transferred from Oklahoma he stepped up tonight. He had that 65-yard catch. I think he's a guy. I thought this all along. I think he's going to get a guy that's going to play a role for them. The question for me is, can a Chris Hilton develop on the outside? Can a Nick Anderson develop more on the outside? That'll be interesting to see. They ran the ball well enough tonight, man. When you look at where they're running back, I know it was only 3.8 yards per carry, but Caden Durham had 6.2. He had a big run. I know that kind of whatever. They ran the ball well enough against, I think, a pretty good Florida defensive front. So could it be better? Yeah. But remember where it was last year. I think there's some progress there. So I'm a little encouraged by that and to see how it develops. Is it where you want it to be? No, I get that. But they ran it well enough.
I'll say this for the schedule gets really tough for LSU. But the good news is they're working in this new offensive line and getting everyone on the same page offensively and trying to kind of figure out what's holding them back from being what we thought they could be. They've got Southeast Louisiana. Yeah, they're at Ole Miss. Won't be an easy game, but it's a winnable game. South Carolina at home, at Vanderbilt, but then things get like they better have everything buttoned up because you got A&M at Bama, Arkansas, and at Oklahoma as 4 of your final 5 games of the season.
Yeah, but it's not easy,
but if I'm a Tigers fan tonight, I'm like, you know what? We're pretty freaking good. And it took some transfer portal guys, and it took us moving Harold Perkins to the star, and it took plugging guys in, and we got this defensive coordinator that's like the right guy. Our quarterback is the guy. Like, I like where we are.
They haven't had the early season stumble yet. They haven't had that hiccup. So if I were them, I'd be excited too.
And tonight was the night. With last year's defense, they lose the game tonight. Period. Last year's defense doesn't have 5 interceptions.
True. That's true.
They don't.
No, you're right. That's true.
They don't have the leeway for Blake Baker to dial things up. They don't have the difference makers on the back end. They don't create the pressures. There's no way. So if Nussmeier and that offense had the night they had tonight with last year's defense, this is another early season loss for Brian Kelly and the Tigers. Like, this is, to me, while it wasn't pretty, this is like, oh, we've got something here. I don't know. I love this win, even though it was not beautiful.
Yeah, win ugly. That's fine. That's fine. Win ugly.
Hell yeah. There was nothing ugly. I mean, nothing ugly about that Georgia-Tennessee game.
Oh, man.
That was flat out beautiful. I mean, let's stay in the SEC and let's transition to that. 6 versus 15 at Neyland. It was the first time I sat on the couch with Tate today, my son, who just loves football. I didn't think it was going to be the case when he was like 5, 6 years old. All of a sudden, he's become a nut, and it's a lot of fun, right, to see it through their eyes. And he's really gotten into the college game in the last 2 years, right? Huge Gators fan. I went up and told him that Lagway threw a 4th interception before we came on live. And he was punching because I told him it was time to go to bed. He's 10. Punching his mattress, which is cool too, because I remember those moments too. And I look back on them fondly, like if you care that much. But I'm watching, and we're watching the pregame with Herb Street and Fowler. They're coming on and they're doing the before the tee in the entrance at Neyland, checkered stadium. And I'm like, hey, bud, watch this. I'm like, watch the band. This is one of the coolest entrances in all of college football. He's like, what do they do? And then they did the USA, right?
Yep.
And he's like USA. He's like, the band's awesome, yeah. But he's like, really, like that? And I'm like, no, watch. I'm like, they're gonna go like this, and all of a sudden, and I said, watch them separate. And he's like, oh. And then you know what I mean? And then the players come running out. And he's like, Dad, that's awesome. So like the scene was set. It was perfect. And the game starts, man. And the question was, Aguilar, community college out in San Francisco, 1.5-hour trip from where he was living to 4:30 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, back and forth, grinding through it. Not sure if he's going to keep playing ball. Transfers to Appalachian State, and then Appalachian State to UCLA. Nico comes and steals his job. Tennessee's like, we'll take him, pay him $1.2 million, which is bargain basement these days. And he comes out, and that son of a bitch goes 11 for 11. And I think it wound up being like 14 for 14, whatever it was.
He was dealing.
Yeah. 14 for 14, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they're up 21-7. Meanwhile, Georgia comes out, And I tweeted before the game because I was thinking about like what's the deal in this game? And I'm like, you know what? No one's really talking about the fact like Tennessee's corners are injured. The guys who were supposed to be starting the season are both out, including Jermod McCoy, who's yet to come back from the ACL, which is as expected, but he's progressing. But you got this Gunnar Stockton guy who, like, he's a runner, he's gritty, he's all the things, but can they exploit that? And Colby Young is their dude, 6'4", 215, big guy who can run, but they've got to get him involved a little bit more consistently. Can he strike down the field to Colby Young? First offensive play. It's 7-0. Tennessee drives down the field and scores. Georgia's the physical team. Grind it. Run game. Defense, right? But they wanted to send a message. Yeah, we know our guy's not Carson Beck. We let him go to Miami for all the glitz and the glamour and all the passing and all that. But we can still beat you on the perimeter. 47 yards, whatever it was, first play of the game. So I'm
45,
like,
yeah.
It's on. Here we go. But it took Georgia a while to get going. Take me through your ebbs and flows of this game.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. This is what's everything that's great about college football. But to me, it's all about Kirby. And it's all about what Kirby does for his players. And I want to talk about, we've seen a lot of, I would say, skittish coaching with quarterbacks and their new with coaches and their new quarterbacks. And to me, the key play in this game is late in the first quarter. Tennessee's up 21-7. It looks like for a second that Tennessee's going to run away with this, right? Tennessee looks unstoppable. The Georgia corners cannot cover the Tennessee wide receivers. It's going to be a track meet. Tennessee's going to run away with this.
Yes.
It's now Georgia has the ball. They're down 14. It's 4th and 3 at the Georgia 48, so midfield. What do? And I've seen a lot of guys either they're going to run the ball in that situation or they're going to punt and they're going to protect their young quarterback. Not Kirby. Gunnar Stockton hit Zachariah Branch for a 13-yard gain. Here we go. We continue to roll. They go down and make it a 21-14 game. I think it completely changes the complexion of the game. Kirby shows that he has faith in his quarterback, his receivers. He has faith in his defense that if it backfires, I don't know. I think Kirby Smart is just obviously one of the best in the game, and I just love watching him do his thing. And that to me was understanding the moment, understanding what needed to be done, and understanding that, hey, at what point do you put faith in your players? Are we going to wait 4 games and maybe lose this one because I'm concerned that they might be fragile? No, I'm going to let them compete now. This is what we need to do, and we're going to go for it. And they came through for him.
To have a team that trusts your coaching staff the way Georgia trusts its, and you could actually see them like stay the course.
They're teaching during the game. You can almost see them teaching their kids and motivating their kids instead of like, go compete. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but it's a case study in how it should be done. They do it the right way.
No, he's this generation's or whatever. Like he's what Saban was. I mean, different kind, but like different approach to a certain degree, but same process, same teaching, coaching. Everything's a coaching moment. Nothing's about big picture. Nothing's about the next game. Nothing's about the season. It's about this moment, the next play, process. Stick with us here.
Right.
And the only thing that earns that is success. And seeing I told you, Frank DeFelice, my baseball coach growing up, he had some of the best quotes of all time. Like he'd let you try it your way, right? And then you'd get to a point and you'd muck it up enough. And he'd come over and he'd put 4 fingers to one. That's always how we always talk. And he'd be like, hey, you tried it your way. Got news for you. Newsflash, boys. Your way don't work. And that was when it was like, yeah, you're right. So now I got to do it it's like, it's always the process, right?
Right.
I just can't express enough, though. This Aguiar guy.
Oh, my God.
because because it felt like for a little while after it got hot early, 14 to 14. I just told you 213, up 21-7, that it was falling apart. And I'm like, the moment wasn't too big early, but they had the first 20 scripted. Georgia's made some changes. They, like you said, you could watch on the sideline. They're literally making like in-game adjustments. They're figuring out. And it seemed like Kirby and their defensive coaching staff, it seemed like they're like, all right, we got the beat on this kid.
Right.
Day's done.
Right.
It's a cute story. I'm glad you got to tell it in pregame, and game day covered it. And I'm glad we did the thing of him, the commute he had every day, an hour and a half to and from community college up in San Francisco before coming down to Appalachian State, UCLA, Tennessee. I'm glad you showed all of that. It was a great story, but it's dead because Kirby's got his number. But Heupel, he ain't a bad coach too.
No, Heupel had a good day, man.
And Aguiar, believe it or not, even though this is his first like big time, like welcome to the SEC national broadcast coverage, like this moment, Aguiar's got some onions to him, man. Because everything was going poorly, but he just kept going, kept battling. Right. And now he's finding open receivers, and they're figuring some things out, and they get the offense going. Because it was like 21-21, and they keep battling back. And now it's going back and forth.
He threw the bad interception, and then Georgia got the field goal to go up 6. And it kind of felt at that point that pick was, okay, this is going to be where the dam breaks. This is where it's going to be. And then they came back, and they scored a touchdown. 5 plays, 75 yards, quick strike.
And so what he did today not only is awesome for him individually, to be able to show he was a 0-star recruit. I can tell you how that feels because it's the only thing I have in common with Aguiar and any other quarterback playing in the SEC or any one of these great schools.
It was accurate for you, though.
It was deadly accurate for me. But a 0-star recruit is not a good feeling, right? And so to be able to show up in that moment, things go great, gets torn away from you, and then you come back is awesome. And also, more importantly than the individual, because it's not that about that for him or Tennessee. Tennessee's got someone that they believe in. Yeah. And today's a brutal loss. But you can hang your hat on this guy's never going to stop fighting. And we got some weapons, man. We'll get to Chris Brazzell in a minute.
Yeah.
Second. Dad was drafted, by the way, in the 6th round in the NFL. Chris Brazzell, the OG. Braylon Staley, 9 for 97 today. Mike Matthews, 5 for 59. Like, they got some dudes. But go ahead.
I know we're going to get to Brazzell in a second, and I don't want to cut away from this too much, but how about Conor Stockton too, though?
No, I was coming back. I wanted to make sure before we got on.
I want to make sure we get to him.
Before we got on the Georgia run, and I'm about to flip the page. I just want to say, let's not forget this was 44-41. It was an overtime game. Tennessee jumped out to a lead. Georgia came rallying back, and then Tennessee hung in there and went like punch for punch, right? It was 17-13 was the score in the second half, or in the fourth quarter. Let's see. It was 27-20 was the final 2 quarters and overtime. So like this was an even fight in the second half.
It was a brawl. It was a brawl.
And the score would lead you to believe it was just a lot of big plays. It was a fight, and it was awesome to watch. So for Tennessee, it's like, and I do, when we finish the show by going back over the rankings, Tennessee came in ranked 15th, but the AP, for whatever the AP is worth. I promise you, I'm going to fight you to get Tennessee in my top 12.
Okay.
I think they're that good. Okay. Georgia. Colby Young was big. Zachariah Branch had big moments. London Humphreys had just 2 catches, but man, they were clutch and they were big. 59 yards on 2 catches, 1 touchdown. Nate Frazier, like, I don't know that throughout the game they showed the commitment to the run that you typically would expect from Georgia.
Agree.
But when it mattered, they did. And they had to because they were down. I mean, you get down 2 touchdowns, you got to throw to get back in. I thought that Georgia declared bully ball on Tennessee after the first quarter.
Yeah. I mean, they had 55 carries in this game.
No, I know. I'm just saying Frazier only had 14 carries, but it was 5.2, and there were some runs where I'm like, yeah, he's a dude. End of the third quarter, Tennessee got the big play from Brazel, right?
Yep.
The long touchdown catch to make it 28-27. But I really felt like Georgia found a way to continue to throw the ball and be effective passing it. But like as the game progressed, you just felt like, don't forget we're the bully in the alley.
Right.
And it was capped off with they get the ball in the 25 yards out, 3 plays, 3 runs, stuffing it down Tennessee's throat on their home field in Neyland. It's like, don't you fucking forget it. Don't you forget. You got a big lead. You got some playmakers. We're the bully on this block. Come back next year and try again. And I think that sends a message to this whole team. Like, I never felt like they had that in them last year. And maybe that's why Carson Beck is in South Florida. And it's working out brilliantly for Carson Beck there. And we talked a lot about, excuse me, everything in college football and in a lot in life is just about fits.
Right.
It's the right fit. And Miami's the right fit for Lamborghini driving, Cavender twin Dayton, Carson Beck, who's super talented and is doing an awesome job down there and is distributing, showing up to work. Teammates love him, doing all those things. But he wasn't part of that Georgia DNA. Gunnar Stockton is. They're going to war now with a guy who's their guy, who everyone in that locker room believes in, who everyone in that town, Athens, like the texts I was getting from people who are like,
yeah.
Last year when it was Gunners, like, yeah, don't worry about it. Gunner's our guy. Don't you worry about it, man. Gunner's our guy. And I'm like, huh? Because Carson Beck, like, he might be a first-round draft pick. What?
Right.
And I saw why today people in Athens were like, there's the highway. We've got our guy here. Because I told you at Manning Passing Academy, I'm watching him throw with Nussmeier and Klubnik and Sellers and all these other guys. And he didn't look the part very much.
Right.
Shorts, T-shirt, 7-on-7, 1-on-1, throwing against air. He's not one of those guys. Put pads on him. On a Saturday in Neyland Stadium with his guys. I saw why today. And that's a pretty cool thing.
I was super encouraged overall. I mean, he plays with a lot of poise. I mean, when I say poised, I mean situationally. The moment was never too big for him. There are times you want him to stay in the pocket. He's a younger quarterback.
Yes.
There's all those things, right? But when you're talking about onions and being on the road and
chutzpah, kuyans,
and making a play when your team needs it most, and when you're put in a tough spot in the game, I came away with this more encouraged about Georgia this year than I have been at any point so far, and it's because of Gunnar Stockton more than anything else. I will say, not to rain on the Georgia parade right now, the pass protection was an issue at times today, and that's going to be something to keep an eye on going forward because those talented edges, Josephs, were starting they were starting to tee off, and it was starting.
Joseph,
It was a problem. They couldn't protect. There was the right tackle where they have some injuries and they're rotating guys, and all of a sudden their left tackle is getting beat clean, and that's gonna. And by the way, Stockton handled that marvelously. He was so tough in the face of pressure. It was an impressive overall performance for Stockton.
Really was. CJ Allen, by the way, pass breakup, 12 tackles. Kyron Jones, 11 tackles.
Dude. CJ Allen just being CJ Allen.
He's just everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's just everywhere. Yeah, so I'm interested. This is why I wanted, because I finally feel like after week 3, I don't truly know like who the best and like what the rankings are, but I'm really excited to get to this part of the show at the end.
Yes.
Because like where did we rack Georgia?
We know a little more.
Are you going to allow Tennessee to be in the top 12 after this loss? Like I'm excited to get to this. This was a good question from MLS Weech, talking about trust, because it was coming off my conversation about LSU's defense and Georgia's offense, how both have exceeded expectations in this small window that we've had to look through this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tiny sample size of 3 games. Quarter of the regular season. Do you trust more? And I'll throw this to you, Mensch. This is from MLS Weech. Georgia's offense or LSU's defense?
LSU's defense.
Completely.
Yeah. That defense is flying around right now. I still, as much as I like Gunnar Stockton today, and as much as I like some of the weapons they have, and the receivers seem to be figured out a little bit more this year. Like I said, that offensive line's a little bit more of a concern. Stockton, is going to have a bad day at some point, and how they handle that. Are they going to be able to run the ball well enough to cover that up? All of those things are still question marks to me. LSU's defense, I've seen enough at this point to know how multiple they are, and to see what Blake Baker's doing with all those guys. To me, that's a scary unit.
Yeah, someone's saying on our Jordan Tyson's having a monster game right now. Look that up, Mensch.
On it.
MLS Weech again. Yeah, and people were agreeing with you. The tackles for Georgia were having a tough day. I was just looking to see before we move on. Yeo.
I mean, Tyson's got 5 for 100, and
but Yeo agrees. Like, I wasn't buying Gunner before this game, but he can play some ball.
Yeah.
Dude. But he also said those Georgia tackles were getting fried at times today. So,
Jordan Tyson 5 for 100 and a touchdown in the first half against Texas State. So,
yeah, I mean, and yeah, Arizona State's going to have to beat somebody after the start to their season that they've had for us to get overly excited. I mean, I love Jordan Tyson. Don't get me wrong. Sam Levitt's got all the talent in the world, but has not looked up to Sam Levitt standard so far.
Yeah. What about your Saturday night spotlight?
Well, we got to get to Clemson, Georgia Tech first.
You're going to double back after this game? I thought you were going to do it during the game. All right.
No, I lied. I was, but I want people to look forward. There's one player that I thought was a spotlight player today that we're going to circle back on, and there's some other personnel notes as well that I want to get to towards the end before we re-rack the top 12.
Okay.
Beck versus Miami, I should say, versus USF. We hyped the game up because it was exciting, but we kind of all knew. We kind of agreed that this was not going to be a close game. I do want to cover though. Like, I'm gonna fuck with Beck all year long. I want you to understand. Like, I'm gonna mess with Beck all year long because he made it too easy for me to do that. And I'm only doing it to bring people into like an understanding of forget what people in Athens were saying, no offense, but what NFL scouts were talking about during the summer and off season, where it's like, check back with me if he makes me want to like even get enticed by the conversation, right?
Right.
Now we're all enticed. Now we're all intrigued by what Beck's doing.
Yes.
Because USF shut down Boise State. USF shut down Florida and made Lagway look pedestrian. LSU did it again tonight. So maybe that's a Lagway in Florida thing. But my point is USF was playing good ball. And we all kind of thought Miami would play well. But I want people to understand that Carson Beck came out again tonight and delivered against a competent USF defense Not the level that they're going to play if they get to the college football playoff. Not the level they'll play. They don't play Clemson, but who they play Florida. Let's see who they've got in their schedule right now.
They got Florida State.
They have Florida and Florida State next 2 games. So we're going to find some stuff out. All right. But so far this year, throw out Bethune, but Notre Dame and South Florida, Beck's been pretty awesome. Beck again today, 23 of 28 bench. I don't have my calculator, but I think that's like low 80s, low 80%. 340 yards. He did throw 2 picks. I didn't see those. Mark Fletcher had another good game at back, but he distributed the ball 6 to Keelan Marion, 6 to Malachi Toney, my favorite player in college football. Tony Johnson had 2 catches, 1 for 51 yards. Joshua Moore had 3. CJ Daniels had 4. Mark Fletcher had 2. Luka Gilbert and Charmar Brown, tight end and running back respectively, both had a catch too. Just distributing the ball. The reports we were getting there in the summer towards the end, decisive, knows where to go with the ball, in control. And by the way, and running. I'm telling you, the dude looks like, I don't know if he lost weight, what it is. He had 6 carries for 28 yards. It's 4.7 per pop with the touchdown.
He looked
we didn't
good.
see that from Carson Beck. So I just wanted to mention that because it was a big game coming in. Then they go blow them out, 49 to, what was it, the final net? Was it
49 to 12.
49 to 12. And I didn't want people to think we just kind of brushed over it.
One thing really quickly, I give Mario Cristobal a hard time. I do, because I think he deserves it, the hard time. They handled these weather delays are weird, man. These weather delays.
I just want to keep you out of trouble. We all agree that Mario Cristobal is an unbelievable recruiter.
Yes.
Leader of men, runs a tight physical ship, like all that stuff. But game coaching, game management decisions, right? Okay.
Correct. Game management. I thought they handled that weather delay really well today. They came out and they were ready to go. That's
Me too.
That's something like people don't talk about it. These weather delays where you got to go in for 2 hours, come back in, you're cold. You can lose momentum. Something could happen. Whatever it is, they handled it well. They came out and they took care of business from the start to the finish, overcome whatever obstacles they had. They looked really good. I still think South Florida is going to get into the playoff, by the way, as the at-large.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, this game doesn't help, but who else? Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Tulane, did they beat Duke? I'm sure it's official now. Yeah. Tulane could be. I mean, there's some other teams out there, but they certainly have done enough early this season to get some street cred, right? Clemson, Georgia Tech.
Here we go. You knew it was coming, and you still put it in your parlay, by the way.
I'm voting LSU defense. I like this. We get polls going up. Which unit do you trust more? Join the poll. Georgia's offense or LSU's defense? 81% on LSU's defense. So, yeah, I don't. You start on this one, Mensch. I've been talking too much as always.
Sloppy, and it's and Clemson just sloppy, and I think one of the things that is such a tease and it stood out is the Klubnik to Wesco for 73 yards. Great anticipation, great accuracy and touch on the throw from Klubnik because he's moving to his right. Wesco takes the ball and just turns on the jets and runs down the sideline, touchdown. It's what you think this offense can be, and they're just so freaking inconsistent and so sloppy at times that it just doesn't come together. And then today, when you need that all-world defense to step up and make a play when it matters the most.
That's the thing that pissed me off more than anything. That's the thing that pissed me off. Because Klubnik is clearly like battling inconsistency because of and I'm not blaming it on inconsistent pass protection and you're missing your number one receiver, Antonio Williams. I'm not, because part of it's in his DNA. I think he comes into games. I think he's too hyped at times. I think he's too, not panicky, but like too eager to like move around and just won't get settled and operate smoothly and comfortably. And I never feel early in games like he's just kind of everything's under control. Let's go run the offense. It just seems like it's like pushing a fucking stone up a hill. Like every step is like a grind, and then you try to make sure you get your foot in there. I got to bring my right foot with me. Like it never feels easy and smooth, and we're rolling again. It never feels like that with
I
Clemson,
agree.
period. But with like Klubnik and this offense, it just never feels like sometimes like when Nuss is dealing in that opener in the second half of that game, it was just like, here we go. Today, watching like Aguiar in the first quarter, like I never get that feeling where like they're rolling, man.
Yeah. And they should be. They have the talent to
And
do
even
that.
when they were scoring, it was like it took 4 downs inside the goal, inside like the 5 to score, and it took a 4th and goal to get in. Everything's so damn hard with Clemson and Klubnik in this offense. But you see some flashes, and you're like, well, if Antonio Williams would come back, the best thing that happened to Wesco Jr., I'm convinced of it. And I'm just talking on a personal development level. Bryant Wesco Jr. needed for Antonio Williams not to be there as a security blanket so he could grow up. Under fire, in the pressure cooker. It's either you or we got nothing, kiddo.
Right.
Because like
TJ Moore's.
I like TJ Moore, but TJ Moore shows up and has a 2 for 16 game. Like, what are we doing? You are the guy.
We don't have the tight end that we had last year.
You're our 5-star receiver. You are being talked about in the same breath as Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams and Keon Coleman. You're 6'2", you're 185, you're fast. It's time to grow up. And you know what he's done the last 2 weeks? He's grown up fast.
I agree. He's a bright spot.
He is the bright spot. He is different. Keep feeding this guy. He's starting to become more reliable. He's in the places he should be. He's not having the 2 or 3 drops. Maybe it's 1 drop. Maybe, and he finishes with 126, averages 18 yards per catch, and had a touchdown. He showed up. He played his game. For all the stuff that went wrong in this game, and for Georgia Tech dominating the trenches for 2.5 quarters, 2 quarters, all of the stuff that went wrong, Mensch, it's 14-13 going into the 4th quarter. Do you understand that?
I do.
And it was like, here we go again. Clemson football, like ugly. But they're going to grind it out, and it's a comeback, and it's Dabo, and it's all this stuff. And I want you to understand, I was at that NC State game where they came back in one of their championship years. And Venables comes running down from the press box and tries to knock me out. He's so excited. That NC State comeback where they missed the field goal, I think it was, at the end of the game. I was at one of the Syracuse comebacks. It feels like it's always like this with Clemson. It's ugly, but they find a way to win. But my point is, and I wrote this down, great defenses don't allow 6+ minute drives for a 90-yard touchdown, ending the 3rd, starting the 4th quarter.
Right.
And great defenses, when your offense is sputtering the way that Klubnik did, and the struggles that they had offensively, they found a way. Like Randall had some big-time runs, finished with 80 for 15. You're like, not a big game. He made some big-time carries in clutch moments. They were delivering just enough in those clutch moments to get them a lead in the 4th quarter, going into the 4th quarter. And it's like, here you go. It's a tiny lead, but you got fucking Peter Woods and TJ Parker, Avion Terrell. You got all these dudes that we talked about for the NFL. Wade Woodaz, DeMonte Capehart, Sammy Brown, who's not in this year's draft class, but could be a first round.
Good.
Sammy Brown's a damn good player. Will help. Purdue transfer. Wasn't sure about him in the offseason. Why are they dropping him into coverage? Why aren't they rushing him? Is he going to be a good player? He had some big plays. Jeremiah Alexander. Listen to all these names I'm rattling off, man.
Yeah.
It's not the 86 Bears or 85 Bears, but it's like this is one of the elite talent defenses. And by the way, we got Tom Allen from Penn State. And now we've got a 1-point lead on the road. We've gotten it out. And you allow a 90-yard, 6+ minute drive for a touchdown. And then we come back and score. And we get the lead again.
Right. Your offense actually does it.
Actually does it in the clutch. Klubnik, gotta have it. Drives him down. Touchdown. We got a lead. Right?
Yeah.
And that defense with all those dudes I just talked to you about. They give it up.
Can't figure it out. They can't make the stop.
They give it up.
I'll say this.
Look at this. 3:26 left. Adam Randall runs in for a 2-yard touchdown.
To tie it, right?
Tie it.
Right.
All you got to do is get us to overtime. We got Klubnik. They got a great guy. And we'll get to Georgia Tech in a second.
Yeah, I want to get to Georgia Tech.
But this game was about Clemson, number 12 in the country, backs against the wall, all this talent. And they give it up. And they allow them to drive down the field.
And don't tell me they were overlooking Georgia Tech. Hell
no.
No. Georgia Tech's a giant killer. And everyone has been talking about this. This was a trap game for them or a potential loss for them. This was not one that snuck up on them.
So where do you turn now if you're Clemson?
How do you fix it? You're not playing team ball. You're not playing complementary football. You're not clicking when when the defense needs to make a play, they're not making a play. When the offense needs to make a play, they're not making a play. It's just
they're playing like the weight of the world is on them. Yeah. I don't see a team playing fast, loose, fun, excited, laughing, dancing, rallying. I just don't see that from this team. They look like they're playing with the weight of the world on their shoulders.
I agree.
And that's weird for me to say. I'm not a big like rah-rah, like emotional. I mean, I love the emotion of it, but I'm saying I don't normally comment on that kind of stuff. They just feel heavy. Like that girl you date, like, oh, she's really pretty. She's got everything going. She's a 4.0 student. She's got, but like everything feels so heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do. It feels like Sammy Brown's the only guy running around on that team right now. Sammy Brown seems to be playing with some joy, and that's really about it. Everyone else. I haven't watched the tape,
but like I didn't hear Parker and Wood's names called a lot.
I thought Parker played well, but even when he's making plays, it's that old story about Belichick showing the Patriots tape about, hey, here's a guy making a great play, and no one goes over and celebrates with him. He's like, when you guys don't do that, it shows up. The energy is low. And it felt like that today. Guy will make a play and no one's running over to, Avion Terrell had a corner blitz that forced the fumble. There was like a 12-yard loss. And it was, it didn't feel like the appropriate amount of, dude, that's awesome. Here we go. Let's go. You know what I mean? It's not like it's just the energy is just off there. You lose that first game and then you have a bad second game. And now you're starting to worry about the wrong things. And it just feels like everything is snowballing a little bit on them. And now it's up to Dabo to get it straight.
Dabo. I love when you call him Dabo.
I know.
Dabo when he loses. Will you call him Dabo when he wins? Yeah, exactly. Georgia Tech.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's Florida State, Miami, and Georgia Tech now, right? ACC.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready to put Georgia Tech there, but man, Brent Key's the best. The head coach is just the best.
Why won't you put him there?
You know what? Maybe I'm being unfair. I just feel like they're the ultimate underdog. And because they're the ultimate underdog, I have a hard time seeing them as a front runner. I think they could beat anyone on any Saturday. I really mean anyone, because Haynes King is just an absolute pain in the ass who's going to empty the tank on every play in every game. And he's going to find a way to get that first down that extends a drive, that eats clock. And Brent Key's going to push the right buttons and pull the right levers. And all of these things are going to happen. I don't know.
But I hear you. And I know, and I look
And
at Miami. I
maybe
look at
I'm
Miami, and I see more difference makers, and I see more talent. I look at Florida State, and I see, can Castellanos keep it up? What if they get behind? They got to throw and all that. But I see a
Yep.
lot of talent, and I see a team rolling and confidence and fun, and they're playing fast and free and all that. But I want to remind you of this: Temple, Wake, Virginia Tech, Duke, Syracuse, NC State, Boston College, Pitt.
And a lot of those teams are struggling right now, by the way. Virginia Tech, cratering right now.
Cratering.
Duke, tough 2 losses. They are, I mean, there's a lot of teams on
Wake, nah. Temple, nah.
that.
I mean,
How do you really feel? No, that's a good run, man. You're right. That is a good run.
the toughest game could be Pitt. Pitt lost to West Virginia today, backyard brawl.
Tough one. I know, but that's, yeah,
But
you're right.
Pitt's at home. They got Pitt at home.
I mean, no disrespect to
and I'm not purposely leaving out Georgia, but I'm having the conversation because they obviously finished the season. They get Georgia at home, or it's versus Georgia. I don't know if they play that game in the dome or if not. I don't know. But it doesn't really matter. Well, I'm not talking about an at-large bid. I'm talking about the ACC. Like I'll be mark this down right now. 12:37 a.m. September 14th now, 2025. I will be shocked if Georgia Tech is not playing in the ACC championship game.
Wow.
Shocked. Who are they losing to on that schedule, Mensch? That quarterback is an absolute warrior.
So they lose to Georgia.
You've got a kicker.
It's their schedule, man. Yeah.
I promise you, sweetheart. I promise you, sweetheart. Haynes King is a warrior. That defense is a fighting
dude. Haynes King is the
bag
best.
of nickels. They will come after you. Haynes King rushed 25 times for 103 yards against T.J. Parker, Peter Woods, Woodaz, Brown, Capehart, Helt. I got it, guys. Don't worry. Nope, I got it. Not today. 20. He was 20 for 28 passing. Didn't throw a pick. Didn't turn over the football. Run game's not working. Jamal Haynes only has a couple big runs, averaging 2 point. He doesn't. No, his longest run was 8 yards. Average 2.2. I got this. Haynes King, 25 carries, 103 yards.
I hear you. You make a strong point, my man. In this situation, though, I mean, there's a legit shot now that the ACC gets 3 teams now, and none of them are Clemson.
No, Florida State or Miami will knock itself out. One of those 2 teams.
You think Miami's gonna? I mean, Florida State, I could see the argument. Miami, I don't see it, man.
And then those 2 have to. I'm telling you, it's gonna be Georgia Tech versus. I mean, Clemson's only got 1 loss. I get it. But right now, it's looking like.
Well, they have 1 conference loss, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, 1 conference loss is what I meant to say. Why won't this pull up?
So that Florida State Clemson game is still a big game. What are you trying to pull up?
Miami's schedule. There we go. And I don't care if this is a bad show. I mean, we're giving you.
Yes, you do.
No, I actually don't. We're giving you 2 hours on it. It's 1 a.m. We're still grinding. Yeah, Miami's got Florida. How big is that game? Miami at Florida State now.
Yeah. I love that. That's old. That's just throwback. It used to matter. That game used to matter.
It's going to matter. Like Florida State's 10.
That's what I
this
mean.
week.
It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome. And they're actually legit this year. There have been so many times where it's like they're back in Miami, Florida State. And it's like, one of them's
Kind of a fraud,
a paper
right.
tiger fraud. Yeah. They're both, those are two damn good football teams.
Agree.
But Georgia
be
Tech's
fun.
playing in the ACC championship game. And the winner of that Miami, Florida State game could very well be the opponent.
Yeah, you're right.
Because the ACC has 75 teams in it. So, and quite honestly, I mean and
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We're ruling out SMU because they lost to Baylor. Like, we'll see with SMU, but SMU's defense has not looked like it's up to snuff. But we'll see.
Can we talk about Aiden Burr, the kicker, man?
Yes, please.
And how Brent Key, he just managed. Brent Key managed that situation at the end of the game.
I mean, I know I use onions.
Cold-blooded, man. I'm gonna try my. Go ahead.
He's 8 of 9. I don't have the exact scenario stuff, but 8 of 9 when the fucking game's on the line.
When it matters.
That's my stat.
When it matters.
8 of 9 in like fourth quarter or overtime. Game tying, game winning kicks. 8 of 9. First of all, how do you get that many opportunities?
This was 55 yards, bro.
55.
This is no chippy. This was no chippy.
No.
55 yards.
Drilled it.
By
Good
the way,
from 62.
Easy. It looked like it might leak right though, right? For a second, you were like, oh.
And then it had that beautiful little draw at the end.
Yeah, it came right back in. Unbelievable scene. I mean, just awesome by Brent Key. We're gonna take it all the way down. We know what we need to do here.
And to trot him out as the clock is ticking down, and my favorite shot of the whole thing was like my heart's pounding through my chest watching. It's the overhead camera. It's the sky cam is right there. They're racing all this stuff. And then
there's no timeout, right? There's timeouts are gone.
No, they didn't have any timeouts. They planned it this way because they're so confident in their mechanics and their procedure that we've practiced this 1,000 times. And you even heard the announcers say,
we watched them do this.
We were at walkthroughs yesterday, and they were practicing this exact moment. Come on, and there was this like 2-second spot when the holder looked up. And like everyone was still. 2 seconds. It wasn't like they raced on and they snapped.
Right. No, it was the time they're like
set. It was like watching a military procedure.
Mm-hmm.
It was like watching what you think the Navy SEALs should be like in an operation. Like when they jump out of helicopters and but then there's like that 2 seconds before they go in to kill Osama bin Laden. And there's this like silence and calm to it. It's like, yep. Like, holder. Good. Yep. Yeah.
55-yard game winner.
You want to talk about coaching and like top to bottom, buttoned up, everyone same page. That was awesome stuff, man.
Even the 2-point they had, the 2-point play that they ran after they got it to, I think it was 19. They were up 19-14, and then they had the 2-point play. Everything was just perfectly executed. They had a plan for everything. That play was a perfect 2-point conversion play for King, who's not the best passer. It was this little pick play that they ran. I don't know. It was great, I thought.
It really was. Is Georgia Tech a legit threat to win the AC? Get involved in this poll, Mitch. Click it. Yep.
How do I do that?
Well, you got to be watching our show to keep up with all of our friends who are with us.
That's how you do this.
Yeah. What do you think? I just guess. I just guess what Blink 12, 6, 8, 9 is saying, and Cole Marie.
I am actually Cole Marie's awesome, dude.
Saints chair. Brandon Self.
Amazing that I couldn't figure this out. Not the smartest guy.
I'm gonna actually throw this to our chat right now. You ready?
Yes.
I'm about to rip off some players, and I'm gonna throw it to you too, Mensch. I'm not gonna leave you out, I promise. I'm gonna throw this to our chat right now. I'm gonna go through some guys' personnel notes, and there's so many from the day, but I just want to spotlight a few, and I want to start with the spotlight player of the week. Oh, and I want to say this. Here's a rant. Stick with me here, folks, on the live chat. Here's a rant for you. FanDuel turns these lights on and they make this whole thing go. And we absolutely love FanDuel. It's a great partnership, but they sponsor this show and they're our foundation. We've got other sponsors. Fiore, right? Fiore's
Home Depot.
Home Depot's been amazing for us. Fiore, by the way, if you think like I'm a guy, I'm not even shilling. I've never talked about it. I'm wearing a Sunday Jogger 2.0 hoodie right now, okay? So like we work with our sponsors. Hey, by the way, Lemon Perfect, like come on. I get carts being dropped off here. You know the Colts get a crate every 2 weeks or something like that.
Oh, really?
Lemon Perfect's taking the NFL by storm. I don't want to say but like maybe people are getting smart. But I want to say this. Tucker, you hear me. I know Tucker's always listening. Tucker runs this whole thing. He's the Wizard of Oz behind all this. I'm done wearing these headphones. This is a rant. I can't do it anymore. I need another camera. I like to stand. I like to move around. I don't like being limited by this. We're going to change some things in the show. Okay. Bose reached out. Apparently they've got unbelievable technology, wireless headphones, different, like Tucker, get Bose back on the line. I want them to be part of this show. I want them to be part of this show. I want us to be wearing them, and I want to tell everybody how awesome they are. Okay. That's one.
They're pretty awesome. Number
two, the show does not live without YouTube, television, multi-view. If you guys don't have that yet, and I want YouTube television. I want to get them involved. I don't know where I was going on this rant. I was definitely going on a rant. But my rant was...
We're changing things up?
We're changing things up around here. And YouTube. So we had... The reason I brought this up is we've got this segment that we're now doing. We started it last week, basically off the cuff. Spotlight player every week. We'll go through personnel notes. Mensch will tell you his guys. I'll tell you my guys. I want to know from you in the chat. Got almost 500 people in this chat. Evan Hawley loves the onions. I'm with you, man. Saturday is all about figuring out who's got them, who doesn't. I want to know. You guys go on a run on this chat right now. Figure out who are some of the spotlight players, individual performances. You were watching college ball today. I was probably focused on 5-6 games, too much. Didn't get to see some other ones. Same with the Mensch. You tell us, and I'll rip off some of the guys who had awesome days, okay? While you think that up and start firing these throughs in this chat that's been going a mile a minute, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm caught up in the chat now.
I know. It's distracting. That's why sometimes I pause, and it looks like I'm having a seizure or something. But what I'm doing is I'm getting caught up. I want to do my spotlight player of the week. And I know it's in a losing effort. But Chris Brazzell II was absolutely phenomenal. And I love stories, and the word journey just can't come out of my mouth, but I love like when the players have to go on paths and overcome. He starts out at Tulane, a little bit overlooked, 6'5", transfers after a big 2023 season, has a solid year last year, but this Brazzell guy is coming on, and he's an absolute star. He had 29 catches for like 331 or something last year. What were his final numbers? Today versus Georgia, 6 catches, 177 yards, and 3 touchdowns against Georgia. Who does that? And he had 9 for 125 and 2 touchdowns. I get it. It was ETSU or ETSA. I don't know if that's wrong. Whatever. It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild what this guy is doing. And to see Aguiar have a big wide, a 6'5" receiver. And by the way, texting with a scout today, and we talked about it, I think in the preseason, like this is a guy who was viewed as a mid-round prospect because he hadn't broken up, but the talent was there. There's definite top 100 buzz for Brazel, whose dad, the OG, was drafted in the 6th round, I want to say by the Jets a long time back. I'm not saying first round, but won't shock me if this guy's an early day 2 pick. If he keeps playing this way and keeps stacking tapes like this.
His body control in the air. And I wonder if some people thought I didn't think any of that was offensive pass interference. I mean, there's a little hand
no, it wasn't
going on there. I didn't see anything.
Well, I think they did a good job explaining. It wasn't Bill Lamagnier, who's the man. He They were touching. There was handshake, but you didn't see his hand push the defender away.
Right. There was no full extension.
Separation created.
But the other thing that was kind of wild to me is you could see guys go up in the air and contort and twist or whatever. He's like a cat, man. He goes up and does these weird, contortions, and then he lands on his feet and can finish the play and run after the catch. He's not just going to go up and make this crazy catch and then go to the ground. He was doing things today where I thought he was catching the ball in kind of awkward body positions where his upper body's outside of his feet, and then he could continue to regain his balance and then run. It's a unique skill set to me.
All right. They always show up on the chat. You ready?
Here we go.
So here's some names. Bryce Underwood, Joey Aguiar. Kind of obvious. That's fine.
Yep.
Jeremiah Smith. I did see you got off to a fast start today. DJ Lagway, LOL. Okay.
Do you see the Ryan Williams cut in the Wisconsin game on the right sideline when he cut inside?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Ryan Williams. I had him on the list of other personnel people I want to get to. There are a couple repeat. So no, but I mean, Ty Simpson, by the way, might be a little bit better than I anticipated.
Had a nice day.
He's had a nice season. He was the lone bright spot really for Alabama in that opener. Jeremy Bernard's still my dog. Didn't have massive numbers there, but Ryan Williams, 5 for 165 and 2 is the last time I saw. Mateer, I mean, it was Temple. I get it, but putting up big numbers again. David Stone was one name thrown out here. Jeremiah Smith, got it. Brazel, yep, we just said that.
Mario Craver, that's a big
one. Craver's a big one. Deshaun Spears, good call. We talked about him. Huge game. Pavia at Vandy.
Yep.
Nelson Caesar at Houston is a problem. Got me. He says definitely top 100.
By the way, our boy, the Oklahoma tight end, Jaron Kanik, had another big day. 4 for 86. 4 catches, 86 yards. I know it's Temple, but man, that kid could play.
Nagy had a great line about him. I got to pull this up about Kanik. Because he watched part of our show and was like, I love how you guys are giving Kanik some love. He's like, Kanik's a throwback dirtbag. Dude wears Motley Crue t-shirts into the facility.
Oh, I love it.
McShay, you'd love him. He's just old school.
We had Mark
Wesco,
Fletcher, the running back from Miami, had a monster day.
Yep. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. So, way to show up. I appreciate it. We're now pushing 1 a.m., but we got to do it because I promised it. Oh, I did want to say, Jaden Mayava, USC. I said it before the season. You didn't disagree. I think you agreed. USC might just have something going.
Sleeping giant, man.
Sneaking around the chicken coop a little bit. This Mayava guy, he started off the night 10 for 12. I didn't go check in. All right. But that's another personnel note I wanted to make. The Ty Edwards, running back for West Virginia. Remember, they lost their guy.
Big numbers.
What's the starter, who's a draft prospect? I'm flanking. It's 1 a.m. But Ty Edwards has been thrust into that starting job at West Virginia. 25 for 141, 3 touchdowns in the overtime win for West Virginia. They had a debilitating, just depressing loss. Game day is supposed to be going to Morgantown.
Right.
But to bounce back in the
Rich Rod's back
brawl,
in town.
The whole thing. So Mayava for USC, Ty Edwards, West Virginia, a couple guys that jumped out today. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do the smart thing. The Sellers injury is depressing. Lenore Sellers. I don't have any more information.
Did you see
on
what
that.
happened after that hit?
There's a targeting. Go ahead, tell it.
So he gets targeted. There's a targeting. I don't think they called targeting, by the way. So he gets hit. He's down on the ground for I think a minute and 30 seconds, I think is the time. They finally get him off. They walk him off. The backup, I think his name's Dottie, comes in and throws a dart to Nick Harbor, catches it in stride. They blow the play dead to review targeting. Dude, you had a minute and a half to 2 minutes to review targeting. You let them get the snap off, throw that play. Nick Harbor looks like he's going to go a long way, if not all the way, and they blow the play dead. South Carolina fans have to be besides themselves. But that aside, the hit is the injury is obviously something to monitor and brutal.
Yeah, and that's a tough one for South Carolina today. I'm not ignoring or overlooking the Arch thing. I mean, how in the hell I was gonna watch that game closely enough to come on and make a comment on something that is such a hot button. I'll give you a comment that everyone else in the media is giving. It doesn't look good. It's not what it should be. Boy, it's hard. Or I could go too far and say, "Oh, this is he's a bust." Or I could start protecting him. How about I just do it the way we've always done it? I started a tape study on him last week, and I found some things. And I want to go back and compare it to fresh brain, apples to apples, the tape that we studied from last summer of the starts that the starts in the game action he got last summer. And I'm going to watch some more of this past game. Because now we're stacking performances that don't line up with the talent level, the expectation, and even just a starting quarterback at Texas, even if his name wasn't a Manning. So I'm not ignoring it. I'm here for the conversation. I will not run away from it, but I'm going to do it with the right information so that we can have a really good conversation about it. And it's probably not going to be Monday. It'll probably be Thursday's show, to be honest with you, because I need to watch enough to feel good about it. And there's no rush. I don't live in the world, Mensch. I never have. And it probably has hurt me to some degree. Don't care. Doing just fine. Kids are happy. Family's happy. Life is good. I'm not here for the shock jockey stuff and like the quick reaction and first to market, because first to market turns out to be a farce. But we will address that this week on this show. I promise. Pour one out for the Spiders.
Oh, did not go well. It did not go well. Really cool to go play Bill Belichick if you're a senior at Richmond or, to get that opportunity, but it did not end well. So pour one out for the Spiders against UNC. All right. Top 12. Let's do it.
It's a holy mess. It's a holy mess. And I expect everyone here, over 400 people still on this chat at 1 a.m. I expect everyone here to, thank you. Absolutely. Start with that. But tell us where we're crazy. There's a lot of places, but I want to go through this. Tucker, pull up the rankings from last week. AP rankings, please. Let's get this going.
There they are.
All right. Ohio State is at 1, and just because they're where they are for the AP, I'm not here for that. I'll give you my rankings, Mensch.
Okay.
And I'm doing this on the fly. Overreaction, not a ton of thought, but like just watching today's games. Ohio State can stay at 1. Right?
That's nice. That's nice of you.
I think so. I wouldn't have Penn State at 2.
Nope.
I have LSU at 2.
Wrong.
Who do you have at 2?
Oregon. And I know they haven't played anyone.
All right, I get Oregon 3, so let's not fight over it.
Okay.
So it would be Ohio State, LSU, Oregon for me. 1, 2, 3. Would you have LSU 3 or?
Yes, I would have LSU 3. No, sorry. I would have Miami 3.
Number 4, Georgia.
Okay. So I'm agreeing with you on the top. Well, I go Ohio State, Oregon, Miami, LSU, then Georgia.
You had Miami in there?
Yeah, I said I would not do LSU 3. I would do Miami.
I
I
was going to
backtracked.
say, I was going to go 5 Miami, 6 Penn State, but if you wanted to push Penn State 5, I could do that too.
I think 6 is good for Penn State.
Actually, I'm going to stay true to it. I'm going to put 5 Penn State, Miami 6. I want to see a little more.
Okay, that's fair.
But either way, so 5, 6 Penn State. So essentially, in our top 6, we would tend to agree on in some ranking: Ohio State, LSU, Oregon, Georgia, Miami, Penn State, Miami. Right? Anyone in my top 6 that you wouldn't have or that you would have in place of?
No, I mean the Penn State things. I mean they've played no one, and they do scare me. But I still think when you're looking at this group, that's just the way it's going to go right now. They're still there because they haven't had that loss or fall yet, and maybe they won't. But I think Penn State is 6 for me. I actually think Notre Dame, if they had won tonight, I would still put a 1-loss Notre Dame team ahead of Penn State.
Notre Dame will get back in this thing because of its schedule and because they're a damn good football team. But they're out.
Of the top 12?
Absolutely. They're 0-2, Muench.
So that are you doing this based on record, or are you doing because they've played they played 2 teams that you're probably going to have in your top 12?
But yes, but like you got to win, and you got to find ways to win. At some point now, we've played valiantly in 2 games. We came back and we did this but like you're not winning games. So we'll see Notre Dame back in this thing, but it ain't going to be on my watch tonight.
Okay.
7. This is where it gets tricky. I think those first 6 are pretty healthy. 7. I'm going Oklahoma.
Don't hate that. I actually like that.
8. I'm going Tennessee. Asinine, huh?
I don't know. It's not asinine, but this is where it gets tricky.
Well, South Carolina was at 11 in the AP poll. They're out. Notre Dame was 8 in the AP poll. They're out. Clemson, 12. Out.
I know.
Texas, Illinois, and Florida State were the other 3.
I'm just going to be an asshole and say it should be Texas A&M because they haven't lost a game, Todd. I mean, at some point, you just got to win games.
All right, fine. A&M, then Tennessee. That gets us to 10. I'll put Texas in there, but my goodness, I got to see more. And then I would have 11, Florida State. And 12, Georgia Tech. And the OLIs, as my good friend Stugatz would say. He's got a new show, by the way.
You're out of your mind. You know that right now?
Illinois is OLI. Yeah, it's 1 a.m, and I'm having brash reaction.
You got Georgia Tech in the top 12 right now.
USC. Yeah, I got Georgia Tech in the top 12.
Okay.
Georgia Tech's going to be 11-0 going into that Georgia game, undefeated in the ACC.
But this is the thing. So you're doing this based on where you think of.
They beat the number 5. They beat the number 8 team in the country today.
Oh my God, man.
Sorry. I'm sorry. These are facts.
I like that Georgia Tech.
Illinois
You're putting me in a difficult position. You're putting me in a difficult position because I like Georgia Tech, all right? But no way. No way.
This is instant reaction, overreaction Sunday night, Monday morning. Illinois' OLI, USC's OLI. I'll tell you another team. Utah.
And by the way, Texas Tech, that game next week
Utah,
is going to be
2.
Awesome.
2 Utah. Missouri. Keep an eye out on them. I'm just writing these down.
There's 35 teams in Todd's top 12.
I actually feel like Stugatz right now. My list is absurd.
That Iowa State team feels like a soft 14 right there, huh?
Iowa State.
Yeah, they're 14. They're
Kansas State is a paper puppy.
I was told that you had to win
Iowa
games.
sucks.
That's what I was told. If you're telling me that you think Notre Dame and Georgia Tech are going to line up on the football field and Georgia Tech's going to win that game 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, you're out of your mind. Love Georgia Tech. Notre Dame's a better team. Schedules should matter, right?
Dudes forgot about Illinois. No, I didn't. They're number 1 in the OLI. Outside looking in. Mamma mia. What are you laughing about? What's so funny, Mamma mia? All right.
Yeah, blinked. Yeah, there definitely teams were overrated in the preseason. I thought Clemson, on paper, Clemson looked so good. Nope.
This is going to be a fun season. It already is. Today was awesome.
Yeah,
today was. I mean, the first week with all the flash and all that stuff.
A gift.
A treat. Just like this show has been. 5 stars, Mitch. We'll see you guys Monday morning. We got a lot to get to.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night. Appreciate you. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. Or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.